Buhari calls Imo refinery debt national disaster. Orders military and police to find sponsors of illegal refineries. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. At least 100 people would have died after an illegal refinery exploded at Abezi Forest in the Ohaji Egbema local government area of the state at the weekend. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the nation's armed forces, security and intelligence agencies to intensify the clampdown on illegal refineries. This comes after the reported deaths of scores of people on Friday night after an illegal refinery exploded at Abezi Forest in the Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State. A statement on Sunday signed by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, said. Reacting to what he described as a catastrophe and a national disaster, President Buhari said responsibility for the loss of lives and property must squarely lie with the sponsors of the illegal refinery, who must all be caught and made to face justice. In conveying the condolences and the full depth and range of the nation's so-called trauma to the families of the victims, the Ohaji Egbema community and the government and people of Imo State, the President urged community leaders, the police and the Secret Service to never allow the occurrence of the heartbreaking incident in any part of the country again. At least 100 people have died after an illegal refinery exploded at Abezi Forest in the Ohaji Egbema local government area of a state at the weekend. The community is at the boundary between Rivers and Imo State. Many vehicles were also raised during the incident, which has thrown the community into a state of panic. Well, it was a Black Friday for Imo State as an illegal refinery exploded, killing scores of people. Man, the sight of that is chilling, sending chills down my spines. And the thing is, these illegal refineries, they've been operating and the government knows they're operating. I keep asking, why is it that our governments are not proactive enough? I'm sorry, everything that happens, we have to call on the government because they're the ones that are supposed to be in charge of running the affairs of this country. So anytime things are going out of place, we keep asking this question. Now, before today, we all know about illegal refinery. What steps does the government take in this, Should it be when things like this happen, you're now running helter-skelter to say, what should we do? I mean, in my opinion, they are not proactive enough. Had it been they were proactive, the over 100 scores of people that died would not have died. Would not have died. As long as the National Wealth Reserve is for a selected few to the detriment of the majority, issues of illegal refinery and bunkering alongside its hazard will be a recurring decimal in our society. And this is the truth. If everything was going fine and there is equity and justice everywhere, do you think that there will be an illegal refinery to even begin with? No. You are the cause because you promised model refineries, which you never made. Rather, you went to construct a railway in the Niger Republic that you never budgeted for and close the southern borders. Do you know that when you make laws that are difficult to obey, your citizens will take crimes to survive? And this is just what happened. The government policies over the years have crippled the economy and led to so many avoidable deaths. Since all the 4 refineries cannot produce, why not approve private small-scale refineries like these ones? Then government can regulate their activities through DPR. We keep on importing finished petroleum products, leading to capital flight. This can create jobs, reduce scarcity and the carnage, and it also reduce crime. Reduce crime in the society. Mr. President, you caused this disaster. Nobody is the sponsor of the explosion. You yourself, the president, are the sponsor of it because when there is no job for the youth, nobody would like to go and steal. So that is one of our natural resources and is enough for us to feed our families. So since there is no job, then buncho will be our job here and there. Then bunker will be our job here and there and start this because you, the presidency, refused to create job opportunities for the people of the southeast For the people of the southeast, so Mr. President brought the army and the police cannot stop bunkering or deliver refineries. First of all, he said it's a natural disaster. How is it a natural disaster? When I read that he said it's a national disaster, I'm like, does he know what natural disasters are? Natural disaster. How is it? Okay. When it comes to Igbo, the Buhari will show us that he has much power. But when it comes to northern Nigeria, you will not know that Nigeria have a president. I will advise you to find alternative to settle the youth, because the only means the youth survive on that has reduced crime rate is through bunkering. Believe me, this has really helped a lot of Imolans and reduce crime rate and cultism. So Mr. President should think outside the box before causing more problems. Okay. The thing is, even some of these military people you're calling, in one way or the other, they're involved in this. Let's be very blunt. They're involved in it. Even see some people, yes, they in one way or the other, they end from whatever it is that happened. I really blame these people. No, look at the issues here. People are, just like I said, in criticisms, you are going to see feedbacks. The people are now telling the government, look, this thing, in a way, yes, it is dangerous, but it created job. It lifted some people. It distracted some people out of committing crimes. It took their mind off crimes, and at least they focused on this. Yes, it is not right, but it is this kind of what we are going to say is a lesser evil. But unfortunately, this is what it has led to, a very catastrophic event that should have been avoided. Now, the people are saying there is no job. If you want to go about saying you should shut down in illegal refineries, they are telling you there is no jobs. What should you do there? As they are giving suggestions what to do. But the thing is, the presidency and the advisors, they will not see all the suggestions. Rather, they will come out and just make statements just to counter what people have said, instead of statements that are born out of intelligence. Okay. Police and army don't even take this one serious again. They know he will always pay lip service with no shame to follow up. And what is the Imo State governors and the governor of River State saying about this? And we are waiting on them for them to come out and say something, at least about this particular one. The killing in Taraba, Kaduna is not a national disaster. You're just looking for a way to justify the killing of innocent youths in the southeast. Don't worry, the nemesis is already behind you. He keeps ordering and ordering. Nigerians are just too power drunk. Either they command you or they order you around. He did not give order to wage war against Boko Haram boys. I don't support bunkering business, but at the same time, should step up his fight against bandits and Boko Haram. And also create it. For this bunkering, you cannot take away the bunkering and say there will be no. You have to kind of replace it with something more. What you're going to replace it with is what we are going to leave it to. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.